Hey, I'm going to show you how to use Tagxedo. Tagxedo is a web application that helps you make word clouds. I know a lot of you guys have been using Wordle, but I think Tagxedo has a lot more potential, and I'm going to show you why. So the way you just start is by clicking on Create. And it will load. It might take it a second. And it'll start out looking like this. The first thing I like to do is to go ahead and load my text. So I just click on load, and I can actually type in my text here. So if a student wrote a poem or something like that, that you can also pick a web page, which is really cool. So I've gone and picked this web page about Jane Addams of Hull House. And so I just take the URL and I copy it by using the internet hotkeys Control-C. Go back over to Tagxedo, and I'm going to use the internet hotkeys Control-V as in Victor to paste. I'm going to click Submit. You can watch, it's thinking. And it's going to pick up the most popular words in that article about Jane Addams of Hull House and put it into my world. Now, I think it's kind of cool when you go across, it'll spin the words too. I probably don't want that shape, so I can actually click right here next to shape. And I have all these preset shapes I can pick from. But I can also add an image here. So you could go find a silhouette image on the internet, maybe of Jane Addams or of a woman who lived during that time period. But you could also use a picture of yourself even, which I've also done. So I'm just going to do a handprint because Jane Addams worked with people and she was one of the first proponents of art education. So a handprint seems apt. So I'm going to choose that and I'm going to wait. And now all the words are converted into a hand. I can change the themes and use different colors. I kind of like that better. I can change the font. I usually like to use this chunk 5. That's my preference. So there we go. And I can actually change the orientation, but I kind of like this orientation the way it is. So when I'm all done, all I have to do is save. So I click right on here on save, and I've got all these different options. I usually tell my students to do 4MP JPEG because then it's nice and big. So I click there. This should look really familiar to you, and I would tell my students to go find their lunch number. I'm just going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to call it Jane Addams Word Cloud, and click Save. And I'm going to wait. Might take it a little bit longer than I want it to. So when this little box appears, that means that I have successfully saved it, and if I wanted to, I could share it other places, but I don't really want to do that. I do want to show you what it looks like once it's saved, so I'm going to go over here and look for it. There it is. Double click, and there's my perfect word cloud. So that's Tagxedo.